Another exciting show, the About That Wallet podcast, where we help the sandwich generation build strong financial habits so that they can spend money, enjoy money, and build their money with confidence. And I have somebody who's been doing such an amazing job in helping people see the light and actually doing amazing work with what they have, but yet also provide opportunities to look at things a little differently. And by means of either utilizing AI, figuring out your website, and if you feel as though this is something that you need, this is where you need to be. So, welcome to the show, Remiah Trask.
What's going on? What's up? What's up?
Nothing much, man. I've been following your content from here and there, and then I was like, dude, you're doing such an amazing job with these websites. I think I saw the one that you did with Kirk Franklin.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
how was that, man? Like, do you just randomly just like tell me about that project? Because it seemed like that was actually pretty cool.
Yeah. So I'm doing this thing right now. It's called 100 websites in 100 days.
Mhm.
And the way this thing got started was I've been building websites pretty much over half of my life since 2000. So 26 years. I'm kind of
Wow.
telling my age, but I've been building websites for 26 years. And I recently developed and created a system and a software that uses AI that allows me to build websites really, really fast. And so in the process of building this system, I was like, okay, let me let me do this a campaign that's going to prove the system. So I
Mhm.
said, I'm gonna do 100 websites in 100 days. I'm gonna do it public on Instagram because I wanted people to say, "How in the world this dude gonna build 100 websites in 100 days?" I want to see that. And what was going to be revealed was this system on the back end, right? After doing this is how I did it, right? But lo and behold, I started building the websites. I ended up doing a website for PJ Morton. This was
Mhm.
around day 10 or 11 or something like that. And so when I did PJ's website, his manager saw it, they activated it, they took his website live. And
Wow.
so I said, okay, let me start doing like some other people similar to PJ. So I started doing other artists or Grammy winners and things like that. And then one day sitting on the couch, random, my wife said, she looked at me, she said, "You should do Kurt Franklin's website."
Mhm.
I said, Kurt Franklin don't need no website. That was my thought, and that probably would be your thought too.
Yeah.
Like he Kurt
You
Franklin.
got right.
But I sat there, I opened up his website on my phone, and it was not good. Like
Mm.
it didn't represent Kurt. And I said, you know what? I'm about to rebuild this website. I built this website and I posted it the next day. That post went viral. Kurt saw it. A bunch of people, it was like the whole internet was rooting for me. They was like,
Yeah.
Kurt, you need to see this, you need to see this. And the next day he sent me a DM, him and his manager. They said, Remiah, we like the website. We want to take this website live. What do we need to do? They asked me for an invoice. I sent them an invoice. They paid it. We took the website live. Like, so I built it one day. I posted it. The very next day, he paid for it. It went live. And you go to kurtfranklin.com right now. That's his website.
Nice.
And not only did he do that, he decided to do a reaction post the next day, right?
Mhm.
So this is like a Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and this is just all this momentum building. And he tagged me and collaborated with me on that post. That post now is at about 350,000 views,
Wow.
which is crazy. And once that viral moment happened, it flipped the campaign on its head, and it was like, okay, you build celebrity websites now. And
Yep.
so I kind of shifted my focus and started doing celebrity website.
But where did that come from? Like, obviously, you wanted to do it, but you know, was it something in like your childhood to say, like, you know what, just do it, have that childlike mentality? Because a lot of us is afraid to do the the audacious thing.
Yeah, yeah. To do the system or to do the website for
Just
Kurt.
to do it in general, because like a lot of us are afraid to take that leap. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Like how you said, even with Kirk Franklin, as big as he is, like who's really to think that they actually listening?
Yeah, yeah. So this is a twofold question. It's probably gonna open up some stuff you didn't realize it was gonna open up. So as a kid, I remember, and I say as a kid, I was probably I'm 45 now. As the time
Okay.
of this recording, I'm
You can't tell.
45 years
Right.
old, right? And so I remember when AOL came out, bro.
Mhm.
I'm 16, 17 in my mom's room because it was a one computer in the house, right? And it's in my mom's room. And I got that disc, and it wasn't even a download. I got that disc and I got online, you've got mail, that whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah. You
And
have to
I
wait for, like, 10 minutes for it to
wait
come through.
10 minutes for it to come up. But I remember that feeling of being online for the first time. And I remember just being on my mom's computer for hours. And before I realized it, it was like 2 in the morning. And I
Mm,
got on the computer at 7 o'clock. So I had that same feeling again when I tapped in the Claude,
mm.
right? So I've been using AI since chat the day GPT launched. I downloaded it and I've been playing with it, and I started using all the other ones as well. And then I never tapped into Claude until recently. I had a friend saying, "Remind you need to check out Claude." Another friend, "You really need to check out Claude." And in my mind, I'm like, I got
Right.
chat doing this thing. I don't need no Claude. I ain't trying to switch. I ain't trying to do none of that. Don't want to hear nobody about Gemini. None of
Yeah,
that.
that loyalty, yeah.
Very much loyal, just like how we are with iPhones.
Mhm.
But one day I said, let me download it. I downloaded Claude, and this was in February of this year, 2026. Downloaded Claude, and Claude had just did a new release I wasn't aware of. They just did a new release that same week that I downloaded it. I made a mistake and I created a slideshow, a presentation on
Mhm.
accident. And I was like, if this thing can do presentations, I wonder if it can help me build a website. And
Okay.
so I started messing around with the website stuff, and
Mhm.
then something got created, and then just my brain just had that same feeling way back in 1996 when I first
Mm.
got on the
I
internet,
remember '96.
right? I had that same feeling, and what's crazy is that's is that 30
20
years
it's like
ago?
30 years ago.
Yeah,
2026, yeah, 30
that's
years ago.
30 years ago.
Yeah.
Same feeling like a kid again.
Mhm.
And I was at my computer all night long building, creating things. And I said, I wonder if I could build a system that lets me build websites automatically. I built
Mm.
that system in like 3 weeks. And once I built that system, then I started building the system demo drop to actually host websites. It's like a CRM on the back end. I don't like so AI websites really aren't that great. They all look the same. But
Yeah.
because I'm a web designer, I was able to put my touch into it. So we're AI assisted. So
Mm.
humans build the websites, but we let AI do the legwork. And that's how we're able to get the look, the feel, and the functionality that we get with these sites. But it happened all because of that child mentality of I wonder if I could do this. I wonder if I can do this. Um,
Mm.
and then with the whole Kurt Franklin thing, man, that was just stepping out on faith and saying, I'm gonna build it. Maybe he'll see it, maybe he'll see it, maybe he won't. But I definitely said in my video, y'all please tag Kurt Franklin
You did.
in the comments. If you go to church with Kurt,
Yeah.
show this to him. Stop him doing offering. Like I made a plea like 20 times, and and the people, I thank y'all. If you're watching this video and you shared this video, I want to thank you so much because it really was a game changer. Like that moment changed my life. It changed my business.
Yeah, I did tag because I was part of that movement too. Because I did tag him too. Because I remember I saw it and I was like, "What? Kirk Franklin actually did repost this." Okay. So,
I
make that
appreciate
happen.
you, bro.
Yeah, man, of course. Because one of the things that we obviously we talk about the sandwich generation, which is the parents who have kids and also they take care of their own parents at the same time. So, can you just talk about the important role of your mom in that situation of first off, we know at AOL, as soon as you pick up that phone, you lose a connection. So, talk about like how was that growing up, like far as your mom having that impact on you to where you are today?
Yeah, so my mom is that's my girl. Like she's my rock. Um my dad is he's in my life, but I didn't grow up with him, right? So
Mm.
so I was raised by a single mother. And she made sure I went to church. We wasn't missing no church. She
Yeah,
she
you better
also
get
was
it.
a she was a teacher And then she moved on to become a librarian. But when I was in grade school, she was
Mhm.
a teacher at the same school that I went to, and she actually was my fifth grade teacher. Imagine that. That's
That's
some crazy stuff. They not even
good enough.
supposed to do that, but the way it happened was my mom got hurt. She played softball. She got hurt over the summer. My fourth grade year summer, she got hurt and she had surgery. So when fifth grade came around, I was in another teacher's classroom that was taking my mom's spot. Well,
Mhm.
second semester, my mom came back and she happened to be teaching in the class that I was in. And that was even weird because I would try to call her Miss Trask, and she was like, one day she tapped me on the shoulder. She said, "Just call me
Oh
mama."
gosh.
Yeah, but I didn't want for anything, bro. Like I don't know what lack is. There's I'm sure she wasn't rich. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like I know what the teacher salary is today, so I can imagine what the teacher salary was back then. 40 plus years ago, 30 35 years ago. But bro, I had Atari when Atari came out. I had a
What?
Macintosh back in the 80s. I had a Macintosh. I had Nintendo. I
You
had the Sega Genesis. You know what I'm saying? If you name it,
you were the kid that like everybody like to come over like, "Yo, what you
everybody
got
was at
today?"
my
Right?
house, bro. Everybody stealing my games. Nah.
Yeah. Hey, you can speak true because I know it. You're like, "Yo, you can borrow it." They don't see him for like 5 years later. Then they wind up moving. "Oh, yeah, man, it got lost in." Come on, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that was my life, man. So and I lived in a house with my grandmother as well.
Mhm.
So it was my grandmother, my mom. So I had a great upbringing, man. I didn't know I didn't feel like, I'm being raised by a single mom. I didn't feel that at all
Mhm.
coming up. And she kept my uncles around me. And I told my uncle just recently passed away, and I told this story
Sorry to hear
that
that.
appreciate it. They put two fears in me. They put the fear of God in me,
Mhm.
and they put the fear of Uncle Man in me because they was always, I'm gonna call your uncle. Don't, please don't call my uncle.
Hey, shout out to your moms and all moms out there. Really, they be holding it down for sure.
For sure, for sure.
Because my mom always support the show, but now that I don't do live like static time, she always catch the replay. Shout out, mom.
Yeah. Bro, my mama bought me a brand new car my senior year in high school. Out the lot,
What?
off the lot. Brand new Honda Civic.
Come on now,
So
come on.
yeah,
Yeah, gotta shout out to moms, man. So having that understanding now. Do you have any children?
I do. I have three.
Oh wow. So how is now you are taking your childhood memories and experiences and like dumping it all into them? Like, oh, they have the same interests, or they just kind of like, man, whatever, that's that thing.
So they have different interests. All of my kids are completely different.
Okay.
I have a 22-year-old. He's
Hmm.
he's a music producer. His name is Kyrie. He goes by Lil K Dub. You probably heard his music. He produces for NBA YoungBoy, Rod Wave, Polo G. Has multiple platinum records that he has produced. And so he's taking like the music path, but he has the creativity and the arts, all of that stuff. He could easily be a great web designer if he chose to be so. But
Mm.
I play keys too, so like all of my kids follow the music path. My wife sings,
Oh
so
wow.
my
Okay.
my daughter sings and she dances,
Hmm.
and she's actually working with me this summer. I'm training her how to build websites, but she just doing it because she want to get paid.
Of
She
course.
she she don't have she wants to be a doctor.
Hmm.
And then my youngest son, Christopher, who is my daughter's 18, my youngest son is 14. He's in the band in high school. He plays the tuba, so all of them have that musical trait. And since a kid, he's loved dinosaurs. He's been wanting to be a what is it,
The archetype.
the
Yeah, paleo.
paleontologist? Yeah,
Yeah.
paleontologist or something, whatever. I
Yeah.
might be
Somebody
saying it
correct us in the
wrong.
chat.
Yeah, please do. That thing, the thing that Ross was on Friends. Um, that that's and he hasn't changed, and he's about to be a sophomore, and he's still saying the same thing. And I'm like, bro, what you gonna do? Look for dinosaur bones? Like, what are you really gonna do? And now he's starting to say, okay, now I'm seeing there might not be enough jobs to do this thing, but I still want to do it. But I
Mhm.
understand I might have to shift and do something else because there's no job market for it. But he hasn't shifted. Like that's the thing he wants to be. So I could definitely see him doing some kind of science or something like that for sure.
Yeah, and I wonder who do the people that like find the tombs and everything like that, like tomb not tomb rating, but actually find the tombs themselves. And I think that would
I
be
wonder
pretty
if that's
cool.
the same thing.
Well, oh yeah,
Well,
well,
not
I don't know.
really. Yeah,
Somebody gave us, let's see, Psalms 11:26 said paleontologists.
that's what it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
Paleontologist.
Yeah,
You
we'll
got it.
go with that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Because somebody go help us out. Yeah, because one of the things I wanted to bring that up is because usually the children don't follow in the same footsteps as the parents, and usually the parents are like, "Hey, we want you to be better than us," and that's the reason why I brought that up is that sometimes we don't walk in the same path as our parents, but our parents will at least do their best to go go out of their way to make sure that we get what we want. So,
Nah,
like you said,
for
yeah.
sure. And there are some things like in college. My mom was a librarian at that time, so
Mhm.
in college I worked at the library. I went to LSU, so I kind of was like I wasn't a librarian, but it was kind of like I'm familiar with library because I spent all this time with my mom as a librarian. So now I'm gonna work in the library. And then my wife, we got married. She was in college. She took my library job right in college. So when I graduated, she
Nice.
took the job that I had, and so now my daughter is starting college. And we're taking her to Oklahoma in 3 weeks, and I've already when we was did the campus tour, we was in the
Right.
library, and she was like, "Hey, y'all have any jobs?" So it's kind of like that piece is passing through, passing the baton, but like the career that's a little different. They've all chosen their own paths. And
Mhm.
my youngest son though, he's in the band. I was in the band in high school and college, and so was my wife. So we're kind of like, okay, maybe you're gonna be in the band in college, maybe not, but you know, bro, parenthood is a that's a whole journey.
Yeah, that's a whole nother podcast
Absolutely.
too. uh, because right now, you know, the wave of AI, because you mentioned it earlier, downloading it, trying it out, and just kind of make it productive for you.
Hmm.
Now, for a family that's coming out there, a lot of people are afraid of AI. And I know this is kind of really introductory to it. What would you say to the people who are just kind of like afraid to even try?
Yeah, I want you to think about the same example that I gave earlier. Think about how you would sound right now today saying we don't need the internet.
Mm,
Think about I don't want to say foolish. I don't want to call you that. But think about how wrong you would be about the internet had you neglected it, 30 years ago when it came out. AI is the same thing. AI is a tool. AI is not it's not the enemy. It's not the antichrist. Like it's not it's you know what I'm saying? It's
yeah.
it's not coming to take over the world. It is a tool that allows people to do things faster. AI is not necessarily replacing people, but AI is replacing people who don't use AI with people who use AI. So I just say just dive in, just try it, give it a try, see if it helps you to do something a little better, a little faster, a little easier, and recognize it as a tool. Just like a car is a tool, and I can if I need to get down the street to the store, I could get to the store that's 4 miles away in 2 minutes versus walking to the same store and taking an hour to get there.
Mm, I like that. So, using it as a tool, you obviously use it as a tool to kind of the purpose is to really help other people. But the back end, you gotta make some money too. How has utilizing the AI process to kind of help bring in the revenue? Like, can you walk us through like year one? What was that look like? We don't talk about current stuff,
Okay.
but like, how was year one starting out? Because some people are just afraid to even start a business at all. Did you use AI to kind of help build that business, or just kind of straight pen paper? We're gonna go from there.
Yeah, so I built my business way before I knew what AI was. But once AI came into play,
Mhm.
what I did was I started saying, what can I use AI to help me with my business to do things faster? And so the first couple of things I was doing was writing emails, right? So at one time I was paying a guy like $1,000 a month to write my
Oh,
emails.
wow.
Well, here come AI.
Right.
I got it. you
How
know,
many
not
emails was this guy writing for
nah,
$1,000? If you
it
don't
was
mind me
like
asking?
5, 10, 50, 20 a month.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Okay,
was a lot of emails. And
gotcha.
so AI comes along. Now I'm able to teach AI my voice, teach AI my content, and use AI. Now the first year of AI, the writing was horrible. You
Mm.
know, it
Yeah.
was these words that they were using that no human ever in life has ever said. Um, and then we're finally getting rid of the M dashes.
Yep.
Like that was a thing. All the doggone emojis, like
Definitely.
but now AI has come so much further. But I would say figure out what are some things that you can use AI to help speed up your process, admin things. You can even now you can connect now. Some of y'all gonna be scared to do it, but I mean, you can connect your AI Chat GPT or Claude to your email, and then it could give you like a daily report or a summary of these are the emails that have come through. These are the ones that you need to attend to. I've drafted email responses to all of these emails for you, right? And you can just kind
Oh
of read
wow.
the drafts and then you can send them right there from AI, or you can copy the drafts and you can go and send them yourself if you still feel like, okay, I want to be the one that hits send because I don't trust the AI tool yet to hit send. But I do meetings now and I'll transcribe my meeting. When
Hmm.
I finish with my meeting, I'll dump the transcript inside and I have a project so it knows what it's supposed to be doing. It'll read the meeting and it say, okay, here's the offer, here's the email with the link for them to sign up. Boom, send the email. So now after my meeting, I'm looking all professional. Hey, what's up, Anthony? It was great talking to you on the podcast.
Hmm.
This. These are the things you discussed. You said you wanted this. We can make this happen. If you're ready to get started, here's the link. Can't wait to work with you.
Too easy. I
So
like the
easy.
template. Yeah, that's it. Cause I live and I have to live and breathe through templates. That's the only way to really run this as a one man show over here. Um, you know, I'd say one man show, probably like 3 AI clients as my team members. Um, so as we coming up through, like this is going to just be the third segment. Talking about the features here. Where do you see web design going? Are we really going to really replace? Because you mentioned a little bit earlier, it's just the people who utilize AI versus the people who are afraid of AI.
Mhm.
Um, where do you see this going? Where a lot of people are fighting these data centers for going forward when it comes to the web design process?
Like where do I see the future of web design?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I really believe and people have told me this themselves. They have told me that the campaign that I'm doing, the websites that I'm building, I've really kind of restructured and breathed new life into websites. Even people who were saying, I don't even care about a website anymore. I'm just gonna use social media. I'm just gonna use these landing pages. But as far as being a web designer or being afraid that hey nobody needs me anymore because you could just go get one of these AI websites built real fast. The what's going to happen is human emotion and human psychology is never going to change.
Mm,
It's always going to be the same. And so when you have a purely AI built website, there's no feeling, there's no emotion, there's no human psychology. And I'm sure over time they're gonna try to mimic that because they're always learning. I'm probably teaching it a lot
right.
with the stuff that I build. But I know as of right now, you can always tell an AI built website because it's completely dark. There
I've
and
noticed that. Yeah.
it's completely dark, and darkness represents lack of life,
Mm,
right? And that's basically what the AI websites are. They're lifeless, right? They function well. You know what I'm saying? They even
yep.
kind of look good, but I'm like, we need some color. We need this. We need to sprinkle some movement in here. We need some
Hmm.
pictures. We need some video. Like we're gonna make you know that this is human driven. And so that's gonna be the difference. You're gonna always have people who are lazy, who don't put the time in. And if you just put a little more time and effort in, you'll win. And that's with anything in life, not just this this part of business. Anything in life. You put a little more effort in, you'll win.
Love it. All right. So, is there anything that you want to say before we dive into the final four questions?
Uh not as it relates to that. I think that was good.
All right. Well, first off, I mean, we gotta say shout out the name of the business because that's freaking amazing
Yes.
marketing. Like,
That's it. Freaking amazing marketing. My brand is be freaking amazing.
right.
And that's kind of where it started with this. I used to have this slogan. It would say, have a freaking amazing day,
Mm,
and then it turned into be freaking amazing, right? Because I wanted
mhm,
to be action behind it. Um, and then I decided to change the name of my business. It was Design Baton Rouge. I
mhm.
moved from Louisiana to Dallas 3 years ago.
I
I
see.
said, okay, we gotta change the name. So freaking amazing marketing it is.
Love it. All right. So, you ready for the final four?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right. I say I got a little light music over here to get you rolling. If I can find my thing. This is the only thing about live is like you get all the fun stuff back here.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but we're just gonna roll with it because I don't want to press a button and be the wrong song. All right. So, question one: what does wealth mean to you?
So wealth means having the fullness of what you need, and actually having more than enough for you, your family, your friends, and anybody else that you want to support. And it's not just money, but money is a part of it. So having so much money or enough money that you forget about the first of the month. The first of the month is not a draining thing, but also just having an abundance of mental capacity, an abundance of health to help yourself and to help others.
Yeah. Man, health is very important. That's one thing. Number
Absolutely.
number two: what was your biggest money lesson?
Ooh, my biggest money lesson came back in 2013, something like that. I think it was 2013. I had a mentor who has an organization. It's actually an ITI Technical College, and he gave me the opportunity to make a presentation to build a website for the college. Okay, and so I'm trying to figure out what the price needs to be, and I priced it at $10,000. And I'm thinking back in 2013, $10,000. I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
we about to kill this. I hope I get it. And he my mentor. I know he gonna give it to me. I did the presentation. After the presentation, he told me, he said, Remiah, you got the contract. The team loves your presentation. And I want you to know I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't picking it. I just put you in the mix to give you the opportunity. He said, but you underbid by about $30,000.
30,000. Jeez.
30,000. So it was a $30,000 lesson. And he said, I'm not gonna pay you the 40, which is what we would have paid you had you bid it. I'm gonna pay you the 10 because that's what you asked for. But you're gonna have to learn to do your research and understand who you're working with, what types of budgets they have, ask better questions so that you're not undercharging for your services. And
Okay,
my
so
God.
I got one question now. This is outside the four, but what is one question that you would recommend everybody to ask when they go to bid? Because we gotta promote ourselves anyway when we look for
Mhm.
jobs and everything like that. and obviously you got to promote yourself as the business owner. What is that one question that you think that can go both ends that you would actually start asking now?
What's your budget range?
Just sat right there.
Straight up. What you want to pay? What were
Show
you
me the
what were
money.
you
I'll show you the services I can
what were
do
you
right
expecting?
now.
Because most people they're gonna tell you the low end of their budget,
Of
right?
course.
They'll say, or if they give you a range,
Hmm.
right? You always take the high number, because if they say the number, that's a number that they're willing to pay for that service. So if they say something like two about 2 to 3 thousand,
Hmm.
okay, I could do it for 3,000,
Got you.
right? Because if the number came out of their mouth, it's in their bank account and they're ready to pay
I like that. Thank you for that one.
it.
Number three, is there a book that inspired your journey or changed your perspective?
Yes, and it's not behind me. It's a book called The One Thing. Um,
Ooh, the one.
by who wrote The One Thing? Is it Gary? I'm about to look it up right
Yeah, I'm
quick.
looking at it right now too. The one thing. I've seen the one. Oh, the one. I think I read this book
Yeah,
a while
it's
ago.
by Gary Keller.
Yeah.
It's the same guy who runs Keller Williams, the real estate
Hmm.
company. So the main thing about this book is one main thing, and it basically says, it's a question. What's the one thing you can do such that by doing it, it makes everything else either better or no longer needed, right?
Mm.
And so you always are saying, okay, what's the one thing I need to do? But it's also about having extreme focus. So like right now, I'm doing this podcast. If I was doing this podcast and trying to like check Instagram or doing some other stuff on my other screen, it wouldn't be effective. So I need to focus on one thing at a time. It's a multiple fold book, but those are the two main principles. Focus on one thing at a time, you'll get more done, and then focus on the number one thing that you can do. So if you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole, financial wealth, one thing you can do is you can put aside $100 every week and
Yeah,
start you an investment account. Don't don't do nothing else with that $100, because that is the most important one thing you can do. So that's a great book, bro.
I like that. Number four, what is your favorite dish to make?
Oh man, my favorite dish to make, it's probably gonna have to be, bro. I do a mean steak, like on the grill.
Mm.
I got this pellet grill. Um, I do a mean steak, but I like to cook. It's hard to say a favorite dish. I made some buffalo chicken last night. I baked it and then I put like the Frank's buffalo sauce in it and I sprinkled with some mozzarella cheese.
That sounds good,
Yeah, it was so good with some broccoli rice. Oh, bro,
man.
it's gone too. I
Yeah.
would say I'm gonna go get me some, but it's gone.
My stomach started growling when you're talking about it. I was like, all right, look, well, glad this mic don't pick it up. uh, Before we go, last question. I got a question from the audience here about Psalms 11:26. They asked, "Do you all have any AI platforms that you recommend?" I think they joined a little later, but if you had to pick one of the tools, is there actually one tool that you can live and breathe by? Like, you know what I'm saying? This is the one I'll die on the hill for.
I can't. I need multiple tools.
Mm.
So I'm gonna give you my top three AI tools. I use Claude for just because Claude is a much better tool for business stuff. It's clean, it's professional. Claude your corporate, right? Claude wear a suit and tie. Then Chat GPT for image type things, or things that's going to help you to imagine a vision of something. I use Chat GPT for that. And then I use Otter.ai because
Oh yeah.
I transcribe everything, every meeting I have, whether live or in person or on Zoom. I transcribe my meeting so that I can have my words and I can be able to take it back to actually train the AI on how I think, how I talk, how I'm functioning, so it can say exactly what I said versus trying to make something up.
I like that, man. Thank you for that last tidbit because I use multiple tools, but that was one of the few I have yet to do like a deep dive in it. Because Claude, I'm using it to write up another podcast that I'm about to do a spinoff on, but I haven't started to utilize it for an application side of the house. So that'll be
Mm,
the next one.
yeah.
Yeah, that'll be cool. All right, so this is the very last question of the show, which is where can people find out more about you?
Okay, so the easiest way to find out about me, to get in touch with me, is to follow me on Instagram. That's where I live. That's where I do all my ripping and running. Literally Remiah Trask. So it's at Remiah Trask is my Instagram. And if you just want to go to my website, you can go to freakingamazingmarketing.com. But that's where you can find me.
Nice. Man, this interview has been freaking amazing. So thank you for Mariah for setting this up. And one of the things I just want to leave you for the audience right now, your call to action is to try out one of the AI tools. Find a task that's constantly repetitive that you're tired of dealing with, and just give it a shot. Try it out. Granted, you might use that one bottle of water, but remember, do not treat it as if it was you. Treat it as if it was an assistant, a friend of yours, a person of expertise, and really take a deep dive into it. So, want to leave that with you. Make sure you guys, if y'all want to get more of this, go ahead on and like, subscribe, share. Make sure that you download the podcast on all of your social media platforms so that we can continue to have amazing guests like Ramaya and so many others. And definitely take a listen to some of the old stuff. We always here. All right, everybody. Y'all be safe. We out.
Peace.
Peace. Too easy.